Alex, tonight a 2-1 win away here at Stourbridge. You're into the playoff final. Just give us your thoughts this evening after an enthralling 90 minutes of football.
Well, obviously, we're ecstatic, especially the way the game went. That we're 1-0 down at half time, and I think it's wrong at times for managers to take any credit, but I thought what Mick Catlin and I did at half time, Mick allowed me to do the motivating side and just pick the players up and give them a bit of belief, and Mick did the tactical side of it, and we came out in the second half and we were a completely different team, and I don't think Stourbridge can handle us in the second half, and I don't care how they argue about the playoff system and whether it's right or whether it's wrong. We all knew when we went into the start of the season that the playoff system was there, and we scraped in, and we finished fifth. I don't know how many, I don't look at tables, I don't know how many points we finished behind Stourbridge, but it must have been about 14, 15, 13 was it? And it is a cruel game. But having said that, we felt we didn't do ourselves justice when we played Stourbridge at our place on that pitch, and tonight I think we did do ourselves justice, and especially coming from 1-0, it allowed us to play with a little bit of freedom at 1-0. We knew what we had to do. We knew we had to score a goal. We knew we had to get back into the game. We knew we had to shorten it down, and we had to get the front boys in. And I think it was the 41st minute until we got Rory Williams going at their back four, and all the time we're chipping the ball up and allowing them to head it. We looked an ordinary side, and then all of a sudden we thought, hang on, let's get this down and let's play it. And and what's pleasing for me as well, Mick Catlin and I spoke at length on Monday, and it was a risk to play Ryan Scott, but that was the fruits of both Mick and I in the summer. We went around and signed a lot of players, and he never kicked a ball for us for job reasons and whatever. I asked him to do me a favour last night. He's come in, and it's looked like he's played with us all season, and he's just a fairy tale. He slotted in alongside Browner. I don't think he gave the ball away all game, and he's got that little bit of devil about him, and it just goes to show that that we are a quality side. We believe it, and we got to get back to the mentality of that 23-game unbeaten run. And if I was Hemel, I'd be worried about us now.
And it was a second goal from Dan Wooden. It was a fantastic strike, but not just that tonight. Nathan Ashmore had a fantastic evening in the goal. What's your thoughts on the?
I think Nathan Ashmore, and he would agree with me. I think he had a great second half. I think he's going to take a lion's share of the blame for their goal. I thought that was a sloppy goal all the way around, from the fact that we conceded a free kick. It's travelled 50 yards. Where were my centre halves in my box? Jamie Brown went to header it, got caught underneath it. Goalkeeper nowhere to be seen, back of the net. And we were disappointed about that. But like I said to him at half time, there's no point me dwelling on it and recriminations and blaming people. We had to learn from that, and I think we did learn from it in the second half. Nathan came for everything in the second half, and you quite rightly praise him, because the save he made at the end, that's what you want from your big players, and it was a tremendous save, and basically it won us the game. But I keep saying it, and I will keep saying it. The two lads up front, I think that pairing-wise, they're the best pair, striking-wise, in this league. And Justin Bennett is the best striker in this league. His record proves that. And how lucky am I to have him on the bench, back fit, with those two firing. I don't know how many times those two have scored this season, in both of them in games, and they score in big games. It's not anyone can score against the teams down near the bottom, but these boys come up with important goals at important time. And bearing in mind that one of them was Wessex League player, and the other one was a left winger at the start of the season, and now they're both quality strikers at this level.
And you mentioned that Hemel should be worried. What will you be saying to the lads before that game on Monday?
We won't. I'm not going to do that for camera, just in case I can't operate YouTube, but they might be able to, and we're not going to give anything away. We're going to go there. We're going to enjoy the occasion. Again, I keep saying we shouldn't be here. We scraped in at 5th place, but by God, if someone's going to give us the opportunity, we're going to take that opportunity.
And obviously you finished 5th, and you've beaten second place Stourbridge this evening. We mentioned 13 points was the difference. In a way, does it make Gosport favourites now on Monday against Hemel?
No, Hemel's got to be favourites. They finished 4th. They finished above us. And we haven't beaten them this season. They're the only one, I think, now in the top 5 where we haven't beaten. We've beaten Leamington twice, we've beaten Cheshire, we've beaten Stourbridge now in an important semi-final. So all those top sides we've beaten, but we haven't beaten Hemel. And and I can say the same about Frew Town. We didn't beat Frew, and sometimes a club becomes a bogey club. But on a one-off occasion, it's he who dares. When we were certainly daring, Rodney.